Hey everybody, welcome to Yoga with Michelle. I've got a pretty quick practice for you, pretty short, let's say, but make sure you take it slow. It's a low back and hips release practice. So whether you have tight hips, you have a back injury, maybe you're a cyclist or a runner, whatever it is that you might be experiencing, I'm sure this practice can benefit you, so make sure you're wearing something comfortable. Like I said, take care of yourself, take it slow, whatever pace you need, and let's get started. We're gonna start in child's pose or a modified child's pose, whatever works for you. But I'm gonna bring my big toes together, my knees out wide to start, and if you experience knee pain, back pain, extra tension in your hips, an option here might be to bring your knees in closer, fold your torso over your thighs. That does feel pretty good, actually. Maybe I'll stay here. And if child's pose doesn't work for you at all, you could just go ahead and start in a seated position. But just take a couple of breaths here. Time to get grounded. Notice anywhere else you might be holding tension in your body, and then just purposely let it go. Notice your breath, your inhales, and your exhales. Bring purpose to your breath. So bring in what you need and create your exhales as a letting go, a release, both physically and mentally. 2 more full breaths here. Like I said, no hurry, no rush. This won't take long, but hopefully it'll be really impactful. Make your way into tabletop. So bring your shoulders right over your wrists, your hips right over your knees. We'll take some cat-cows. Nice and slow. Round your back, look towards your thighs, then drop your chest, look forward. Couple more. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling and then down towards your heels. Last one, biggest one. Maybe some side to side. If you find a sweet spot, somewhere that feels particularly good, just feel free to pause there for a moment. Then come back to a flat back. Draw your shoulders back. So a lot of stability through your shoulders. Make sure you're pressing through your whole hands, not just putting a lot of weight in the base of your palms, but through the big knuckle of your pointer finger and through your fingertips. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. So lift your hips and press your chest towards your thighs. Maybe a little rock from side to side as we get started. Bend into one knee and then the other. Good. Draw your shoulder blades back. Create an inward rotation in your legs. So bring your inner ankles back. Pull your belly in. On your inhale, come up high on your toes. On your exhale, sink your heels back down. Create even more length through the backs of your legs. Come up high on your toes again. Nice and slow. Tiptoe to the top of your mat. I can hear some of you groaning here, pretty sure that's okay. Hopefully you're in the privacy of your own home. Ragdoll, just a big forward fold. So create strength through your foundation, your feet, your legs, but let your upper body hang heavy. A lot of times people just want to hold up their head here, but really just let it go. You can walk your hands from side to side. Maybe move your jaw around. Make sure you're not holding tension there. Allow for some space through each vertebrae. Bend your knees. Make sure you're not locked out. Maybe a little, maybe a lot, but bring your chest down towards your thighs. Drop your hands down towards your toes. Nice and slow. Roll up to standing. Good. Roll your shoulders back. Sweep your arms open wide. Reach up. Gently pull to one side. A nice side body stretch. And then to the other. Pull your belly in and up. So fire up your core. Press the front of your pelvis forward just slightly. Open up to a T to the right and back to center. Keep your core engaged. Nice length through your spine. Open to the left. Good. Back to center, reach up. Take a full breath in. Forward fold. Exhale all the air out. Take a halfway lift. Just create a flat back. Press your hands into your shins or to your thighs, right? Not right over your knees. Maybe give yourself some leverage to create length through your spine. Pull your belly in. Forward fold. Fold even deeper this time. Roll up to standing, extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift. High plank. So just plant your hands. Step back to a high push-up position. Again, taking care of your low back. So if you need to, option to bring your knees down to the mat. Lengthen the crown of your head forward. Press the mat away, so lift your chest even further from the mat. Shift forward slightly so your shoulders are just past your wrists. Then nice and slow, lower all the way down to the mat. Bring the tops of your feet to the floor. Sphinx. So bring your elbows right into your shoulders. Remember, if you experience any pinching, modify, change it up, pause, and of course, breathe some ease into this. So notice if you're holding your breath or if you're like scowling. Soften your face, maybe even smile. Lengthen your neck, pull your shoulders down and back. Bring your chest back down to the mat. Draw your hands back right by your ribs. Upward facing dog. Pause there. Press the tops of your feet down. Lift the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Good. Three-legged dog right side. So lift your right heel straight up. Bend your knee, stack your hips. Get one right over the other. Keep your shoulder blades together on your back, so make sure you're not collapsing through your left side. You build a lot of shoulder stability in your left shoulder. Lift your knee up high. And then move with purpose, mindfulness, Step your right foot forward to lizard pose. So bring your right foot out to the right. You can keep your back knee lifted for more of an active lizard, or bring it down to the mat. Again, there's always options for you to explore, whether it's your first time or maybe just what's right for you today. Like I mentioned, whether it's a certain activity that you've been doing, an injury, recovery, choose what's best for you. So you can gently press your right knee out wide. You can bring your hand to the mat. Squeeze your right knee towards your shoulder, or come down on your forearms. Just make sure you're creating length through your spine. Give yourself space to breathe. Have some patience with your body. So move slow. Couple more breaths right here. With every exhale, just sink deeper. Tuck your toes, lift your back knee off the mat. Pause here, engage your core, and press into your right foot. Step your left foot forward, yogi squat. Okay, so bring your heels in, your toes out wide. Right, and for some, this is a lot more difficult than others. So you could put a block here, try different heights with the block or whatever prop you might need. But the idea, once again, is still to create length through your spine. So if you find yourself here or here, bring your elbows up higher. Engage your glutes to pull your knees out wide. Lengthen through your neck. Maybe a little shift of your weight from side to side. Full breaths in, full breaths out, just checking in. Yeah, you're doing great. Acknowledge yourself, right, for taking this time. All right, forward fold. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. Bend into one knee and then the other. That might take a little bit more time for some than for others. Take a halfway lift. Plant your hands. We'll step back through a chaturanga or go straight to downward facing dog, up to you. Up dog, open your chest. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, left side. Bend your knee. Stack your hips. Just pause there. You can even peek under your armpit at your lifted foot. Take it up even higher. Then nice and slow, intentional movement, lizard. Step your left foot out wide. You know that one side might feel different than the other. So just settle in, bring your whole attention to your physical body. Remember that where your attention goes, energy flows. So create ease. Create length. Create length through your right psoas here. Open your hip. We're not here for long. So make sure that you get the most out of it, whatever that looks like to you. Two more full inhales and full exhales. Draw your shoulders back. Nice. Tuck your toes if they're not already. Lift your back knee off the mat. Good. And press through your left foot. Step forward. Good. Forward fold. Roll back up to standing, extended mountain. Get really tall. Forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, full breath in. Plant your hands, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come up high in your toes. Tiptoe or step all the way through your hands. Come down on your back. I'm going to grab my block for bridge, or in this case, supported bridge. So I'm going to bring the block right under my low back. Might take a moment to find the exact right spot. Open your chest. You could just pause right here, or bring your right leg straight, your foot down to the mat. Give yourself a moment here. Pay attention. If that's okay, same thing. We'll lengthen through your left leg as well. I'm going to bring this down just a tad lower. There we go. Notice the lengthening through your hip flexors. It's right down here. You might even like self-assist right there. Put some pressure, just gentle pressure. Lengthening your fingertips down towards your knees. If you're feeling any pain or pinching in your low back, you can gently come out or engage your core. Create some stability there and tilt your tailbone forward slightly. Bend your left knee, plant your foot on the floor, and then your right. Lift your hips up to remove the block. Come all the way down on your back. Reclined butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the bottoms of your feet together, your knees out wide. Another opportunity for a gentle self-assist. Bringing your hands to your thighs. Just gently rock from side to side, or bring your thighs down towards the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Lift your tailbone up off the mat. Flex your feet. Grab the outsides of your feet. So bring your elbows to the insides, your hands to the outsides of your feet. Happy baby. Now draw your tailbone down. Your shoulder blades to the mat. And pull your feet down towards the floor. At the same time, you press the bottoms of your feet up towards the ceiling. So glue your whole back down. A little rock from side to side. Release your feet, hug your knees back in. This time, rock forward and back. One more time. Cross your ankles, plant your hands, downward facing dog. Back here, maybe pedal out your feet. Hopefully you're feeling a bit better in this down dog than that first one. Three-legged dog right side, half pigeon. Bring your right knee to your right wrist. You can adjust the intensity of a half pigeon of this hip opener by using your shin. The closer your shin gets to the top of your mat, the more intense the hip opener. Also, if you need a little something under your hip in order to square your hips, the block is a great option, or a towel. You can walk your hands or your elbows forward. Create, you guessed it, length. It's usually the goal, creating length, creating space. And then of course, even in the uncomfortable positions, creating ease. An alternative to this, especially if you have knee pain, would be laying on your back in the figure 4. Two more breaths here. Full inhale, full exhale. Allow your hips to sink down. Big breath in, fill up. Empty. Walk your hands towards your front shin, sit up tall, and create expansion through your rib cage. So drop your left hip down, and draw your shoulders down and back, and then lift the crown of your head up. Notice the default might be to be here, or your hands out here. So just bring extra awareness, right? Notice your body. Where can you create length? Where can you create ease? Do that. Plant your hands, step back to one last downward facing dog. Three-legged dog left side, half pigeon. So be intentional setting it up. Adjust your shin. You can point or flex your right foot. Just choose one. Maybe even bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. Gentle roll of your forehead from side to side. Remember, you can notice your body and make adjustments as needed without getting stuck in judgment of your body. And although it might not be exactly how you want it, acknowledge it for everything that it does do. Just have some gratitude for your body as it is. Just another breath here. Then nice and slow, walk your hands towards your front shin. Press the top of your right foot down. Like even more. Lengthen through your right psoas. Open your chest. Lift your chin. And one more inhale, fill your lungs. And exhale, release. Sweep your right leg around, seated single leg extension. So keep your left leg bent. Extend your right leg out long. Shift your torso over your extended leg, reach up, fold forward. Option here is just to bend your knee. Bring your chest to your thigh. Maybe that's a perfect place for you. You can also use a strap around your foot, or if you need even more length, of course, you can put a block or a prop at the bottom of your foot. Reach around that. Create length through the back of your leg and through the back of your neck. Rotate the center of your chest towards the left. Lengthen through this left side of your body. Back to center. Nice. And release. And you'll take your left leg all the way over. Twist. Good. Create groundedness through your sits bones. So sit up tall. You can point or flex your foot. But lift the crown of your head up. Option to look back or straight. Release. Extend your left leg out. Bring the bottom of your right foot towards your thigh. Shift your torso. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bring the crown of your head towards your toes. And use your breath. So on your inhales, create length. On your exhales, fold deeper. Rotate the center of your chest towards the right. Expand through your right rib cage, your low back here. Bring your chest back towards your thigh. Release. Extend both feet out. One more good hamstring stretch. So sit up tall. Sweep your arms open wide, reach up. Fold forward. Again, option to bend your knees as much as you need to. Reach the crown of your head forward and pull your shoulders back. You've heard me say in this one short practice the word lengthen, I don't know, 100 times. Please don't count. But that really is what you're going for. So much pain and discomfort is caused by, right, like tightness and holding tension. So the idea here is to lengthen, to release, to open up. Release. Roll all the way down onto your back. Shoulder stand. If shoulder stand isn't right for you, you can do waterfall. Put a block right under your low back. Lift your heels straight up. Or shoulder stand. Stack your feet over your hips over your shoulders. Lift your chin. So you want to avoid looking from side to side. but just look straight up, maybe at your toes, at the ceiling, the sky if you're lucky enough to be outside. Point or flex your feet, but bring action to your lifted legs and energetically lift your feet up towards the ceiling. Keep that lift, but bring your toes towards the floor behind you. Plow. Press the back of your head into the mat. You can bring your hands down to the mat or even back behind you. Gently bend your knees and then lower all the way down. Super slow. At least that's the intention. Doesn't always happen that way. But come all the way down onto your back. Make yourself as long as possible. Biggest stretch yet. And hug your right knee into your chest. First, bring it out to the right. Then twist. Stack one hip over the other. So I kind of shimmy my hip back to the center of the mat. That way my spine's all in one long line. Come back through center. I'll switch sides. So extend your right leg out long. Hug your left knee in. Bring it out to the left. And then over to the right. Bring even more softness to your face, your eyebrows, your lips. You can notice your breath, but let go of control. Just let it flow naturally. So come back to center. Find a comfortable position. Could be laying flat on your back. If you need to bend your knees though, to give your low back some relief, bring your knees together and your feet out wide. Flip your palms so your palms face up. Close your eyes. Give yourself a moment here. A moment for gratitude. Like I said, for your body, but also just for you, who you are, what you're up to right now, all the opportunities left to come. Take as long as you need here. And make your way to your side. 3 full breaths here. And then with your eyes closed, come to a seated position facing me. Sit up tall. Hopefully you've got more length, right? More openness, more space. You can bring your hands to heart center or just rest them on your thighs. But let's take one more big full breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. Namaste, and thank you. I hope this video, this practice served you well. If you know of anybody that could benefit from it, please send it to them, subscribe, and share this. Share yoga, whether it's through me, whether it's through anyone else. Yoga can help not only physically, but mentally. So thank you, and I'll see you soon.